Jamai, hui saltarak.
Jamai, hui winyamin. Jamai, hui sudi. And today we are here with
Jamai, hui timalek.
We are going to be telling scary stories with Nana Ann.
Now, say,
yeah.
okay. One time when I was here with my girls in the school, I was probably working on my inventory, and we're downstairs in the hallway. And we were coming up to the office area, and I looked down towards the classroom. There was no lights, but you could see in the classroom there was light shining from the door. And I was looking in there, and I said, "Come on, girls, let's get going." And I looked in the classroom, and all I could see was the legs like this much walking. And then I called to the teacher. I said, "Is that you?" It was Mr. Fraser. He was the teacher at the time. "Mr. Fraser, is that you?" No answer. "Mr. Fraser, is that you?" And I could see the legs walking. And then no answer. And I said, "Come on, you girls, let's go. I don't want to be here. There's something walking in the classroom." It was dark. But I don't know who or what that was, but I saw the two legs walking in there. And then one time in this office right here, I heard a noise like, and I went, "Is there somebody in the office in this room?" So I came to look. There was all these bins here, and one of them had thumbtacks, and they were all over the floor.
How long ago?
This would have been like 2 years ago. And so I picked up all the thumbtacks, closed the container, and then I put them back in the bin. And then I went back out to the office out here, and then again, what was that noise again? Came back in here to check. The thumbtacks were all over again. I don't know what did that, or I don't know how that happened. But that to me was pretty scary. So when I'm in the office here, I'm nervous to be all by myself. And another time I was in the office all by myself out here, and Penny wasn't in her office. There was nobody here, no kids around in the lobby, nobody in the hallways, nobody in the nurse's room. I was in here by myself. Wait, I wasn't. Desiree was actually walking in. She was walking in from the hallway into the staff room or something. But we both heard on Penny's door, like a knock. And I went to go look, and I said, "Desiree, did you hear that?" And then she said, "Yeah." I said, "You heard a knock, right?" And she said, "Yeah." I went to go look. Nothing on the floor. There was nothing. I said, "Penny, is there anything that fell in your office?" She said, "Nothing." But we don't know what that knock was. Clear knock on her door.
How long ago was that?
About 3 years ago, I think, was when Desiree was working here.
That's son Avery right here.
Yeah, I think, is he, okay, that's all my stories.